This is one of those things that I think a lot of traders struggle with. A lot of traders can say, hey, I know where the best play is. Hey, I know that this stock was going to be the best rip, the best run, the best climb. We can find the best top gainer every single day. It's not that difficult. Look at the top gainers. Look at the stock with the hottest news. Talk about the stocks that everyone's looking out on social media, on StockTwits, Twitter, everything along those lines. To find the number one hottest top gainer of the day isn't very difficult. We can always just look at our scanners and it gives it to us right there. But you know what is difficult? It's difficult to know the perfect entry. It's very tough to say, all right, hey, I know exactly where to buy into a stock. Because how many times have you guys ever bought into a play, let's say, and you ended up losing and it was the top gainer? Who has ever said to themselves, hey, I think stock ABC is going to be the best top gainer today. And the stock goes on, let's say, a 300% climb. And the stock goes on this massive rip and run. And everyone's flipping out saying, yeah, I won. This was the best breakout I've ever seen. This was, again, the biggest climb ever. The stock went from $2 all the way up to $30. But you're, again, ducking your head and pulling your hat down at the moment because you are a person, while people are posting profits of $20,000, you bought in here and you sold right here, right? Has that ever happened to you? Have you ever been a person that you knew that ABC was going to be the top gainer? You knew that this play was going to be the best rip, the best run, the best climb, but for some reason you were the guy that lost, $300 when it seems like everyone else in the world was winning $2,000 plus. Seems like everyone else in the world was just taking all this money in and you were the person that ended up taking a loss. Well, how can we fix that, right? How can we adjust that? Well, it comes down to just understanding about risk management. Risk management and us saying to ourselves, all right, is a stock worth getting into? How much more reward do we have than risk? Do we have more reward than risk? And this comes down to just understanding support and a resistance. Okay? So let's take a look at an example. Let's go over to BKSY at this time. Now, if I take a look at BKSY, the easiest thing to do, because a lot of times we do this on top gainers, is let's just start off by putting a top resistance line at the high of the day. This top resistance line is going to put us at 217. At this moment, I see that we have a lot of strong bottom support at 195. So, how can we understand risk management better? Well, the big question that we always ask ourselves at this moment, and we can actually go a little bit higher than 195, I would say probably right around 198. Right? Somewhere right around this area. We have strong support, 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 strong support. We have top resistance. So, as a smart trader, what should we be doing if we take a look over on BKSY right here? BKSY, how much room do we have to lose? Well, obviously, the stock could go all the way back down here towards this area. But that's not a good trader. That's not a consistent trader. We essentially have, if we say 198 is going to be our bottom support line, we shouldn't allow this stock to go anything lower than 198, 197, 196. So let's be reasonable. If we buy right now, at again the price of 198, how much risk are we taking? I would say we would take maybe 3 cents, and let's do 1,000 shares. So if we, again, jump in at 198 and things don't go our way, we are basically risking a $30 loss. That's what we're risking. We're risking $30 because we are making a pact to ourselves saying, if it goes down to 198, 197, 196, I'm getting out. Because if it cracks this blue line right here, obviously that shows that there's a lot of weakness. That line has held 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. If it goes underneath that line, that shows there's a lot of weakness. So, what are we saying to ourselves? All right, so there has to be a lot of reward. If our reward is all the way up towards the price, I believe, what was that, 217? Yeah, 217, 218. And we say, all right, we have reward all the way up to 218. How much opportunity do we have to run? Well, we essentially have, if the stock's at 199, we could go all the way up towards around 218. That's going to be 19 cents. Or how much could we potentially profit? We could potentially profit about $190. So let's talk about our risk management right now. And let's talk about, would this be a good trade to make? Doesn't mean every trade's going to work out. Obviously, we have to understand why the stock is moving and the market conditions and the time that we jump into it. But this is something I do on every single trade. Every single trade, I'm going to go through these steps and say, do I have more reward than risk? Because when I take a look at BKSY, and if I jump it at 198 and I actually stick with my game plan and say, hey, I will risk $30 to potentially win $190, that's a good trade to me. I have all this room that I can climb, and that's going to be profit, and I only have this much little room to lose, and that would be my risk. That's good. If you walked into a casino and the casino said, hey, you know what? You are going to play this game 10 times, and you are going to lose 9 out of 10 times. Would you play that game? You would probably say to yourself, I don't want to play this game. Now, let's say you go over to a different casino and a guy says to you, hey, let's play a game. And we're going to play this game 10 times. And you are going to win 8 out of 10 times. Guess what you would do? You would play that game non-stop. Now, obviously, we never want to compare the stock market to a casino in any sort of way, right? We don't want to say, again, stock trading is a casino, because the thing is, stock trading, we're the house. We get to put the odds in our favor. We could play it as a tourist. We could, again, play it as a tourist if we want to. We could, again, say to ourselves, yeah, I want to play the game that, again, I only win 1 out of 9 times. I could, again, put my money on, again, roulette on one number out of 36 different numbers, or how many numbers there are, and I could say, yes, hopefully I win on this 1 out of 36 chance. Or I, again, could put my money on 30 different options and basically have an 85% chance of winning. When it comes to stock trading isn't a casino, because a casino is about a tourist. Us, we're the house. The odds are in our favor for us to win. So right away, we say to ourselves, do we have more reward or do we have more risk? Would this be worth it to me? And to me, this is one of those trades that it is worth it to me. So remember, team, what was our entry? 198. And what do we have room to climb up towards? We have room to climb up towards 218. Let's see how this trade would have looked out. Welcome to being the house. Welcome to owning Las Vegas, not visiting it. This is where you can make your profit. So you guys want to keep on doing this?